Recording in progress.
Lord of mercy, why you doing? Hey, hey.
Yeah, people, it's about that time right now. We get the legend himself up in the building. International reggae dancehall icon, Carl Meeks. What's going on, my man?
Blessed love, Rocco. You don't know how you make it happen, you know.
Up and loud. And I want to think already, you know what I mean? What's going on? What's going on, man? Nice to see you, brother.
Likewise, man. The feeling is mutual, my general.
All right, all right. So big up everybody in the Facebook Live, right? Big up everybody all across the globe and stuff like that, all right? So let's begin this, before we begin this interview right now, you know, Carl Meeks. Who is Carl Meeks? Where you hail from?
Yeah, Carl Meeks, original dancer, sings here from in the heart of Kingston 13. Well, enough of the artists them branch out from. Sugar Miner, Tristan Palmer, Michael Palmer, just name them. Kingston 13. The energy with most of the artists then from back in the 90s. Till
Beautiful,
now.
beautiful.
Till
So
now.
tell us, what kind of child were you? I mean, growing up. I mean, what kind of child were you growing up?
Troublesome, man. Troublesome. Bad little one. Them have to send me to a country because I'm behave too bad at town. But at the same time, used to switch way and going at the dance, you know? Switch way from the parents them and going at the dance, travel panel, the truck back with Youth Man Promotion back in the days. And step on the truck back, I go a country, I travel miles, I go around hill and gully.
All right, cool. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Tell us about your background with your siblings. I mean, did you raise with your father as well, or you came from one of them single parents home?
Yeah, single parents raised by my mom, because one time I go live with my father and boy, the man too strict, man, me have to head out. It's too strict. So I'm going to live with my mother, and that's when I start here too bad and then send me go a country, you know. But I'm a single parent, you know, most of my mother, you know. And I grew up and reached 18 until I have to stop work at the age of 18. Because I saw she has struggle and thing, and I could have able to see I'm bringing a money and thing in the house and thing, so I have to stop work. So from them time, 18 years when I take up responsibility, you know.
So definitely the struggle was real.
Yeah, man.
Gotcha. I mean, before we even get to the old dancehall reggae, before we even get to that right now, before music, what do you have in mind that you always want to do in life, that you always want to become? Because as kids, we always have dreams. Maybe you want to be a pilot, maybe you want to be maybe a policeman or something. What was in your mind at that time?
Well, I didn't want to be an air traffic controller. That was in my mind when I was growing up. Want to be an air traffic controller. And I pursue the requirements growing up, was sent to the right school to achieve that goal. But the music take over. And from I get the love of the music, I forget about that and pursue my musical career from a thing called TSC concert, where it's like the American Apollo. A lot of artists come to TSC, like Nadine Sutherland, Junior Tucker, just to name a few. And it's a talent show that I did. And from there, some was successful. Yellow Man take me and carry me down to Gemini Club and tell him, this youth have just mashed up TSC concert, give him the mic with Glamour Wayne and Gemini back in the days. Yellow Man walk with me 3.5 miles, go down Crossroad. And give me the mic.
Yeah, man, definitely big up my good friend King Yellow, man. He's a really, really, really cool guy, man. I'm saying we communicate every day. So big up yourself, Father Yellow. Yeah, man. Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. So let's start it right now, man. I mean, the music thing, we all know the music thing, not so glamorous as it possibly may seem. At what age, you say from a very tender age, but at what age do you actually really discover, music is deep embedded within you?
from in school, secondary school, that was like about when I was about 16, 15 plus 16. I mean, used to have a brethren, a schoolmate, he used to use the pencil and beat the drum on the desk. I mean, used to just sing off, and people used to come around and love the vibe. And all I was singing was Dennis Brown. So he was my favorite singer back then. And that's why I immaculate my style and put my own style together from Dennis Brown. And from there, so, I say, yeah, if you can go on with that thing, because me have my school audience, them surround me, and I get in a trouble because them leave them class. They come listen to me, So that's what
Awesome. Awesome. So tell us that moment. What a moment feel like to you? The first time you actually went on stage and you held that microphone. I mean, I'm sure it probably was really exciting. Nerve-wracking as well, too, yeah?
Yeah, man, that was a very great feeling, man. To know that, your music can have a command to the audience, That's big, big, big strength. You go out there and you sing and you have them under your command, And you're getting that response. That's the first time I really hold a mic in public was that TSC Talent.
Right.
Same day, me end up go to Gemini Club, which was the biggest thing that night after TSC, everybody gone at that club. And a big response to sing the tune, if you ever change your mind about leaving me behind, baby, bring it to me. And yo, next week, Yellow Man have that in a arm getting married. Oh, you don't know what the tune.
Oh, I got it. So hold on. So after you drop that yellow come with I'm getting married.
Yeah, and he put that tonight because he say, why that you bust that tune like that? But I never even feel no way because he bust me from Gemini and make me get a popularity right there. So him singing that don't mean nothing to me because I say, give one and take one.
I see. I got you. All right, cool. So I mean, with your music and stuff like that, how do you see music today compared to back then?
It's a big difference. It's more about entertainment now. Back in the days, we used to have entertainment and education at the same time. I want to educate and entertain, but it's rare in these last years. And we don't really they have to put it like everybody can. People have to eat food and some people have to survive.
Definitely.
But the art tends to see how the music not there no more. But we still have fight to keep it up, as veterans. And there's a couple of artists out there we still have to try for a long thing and keep it to a level. So it's all good.
All right, great. Before we continue on that trend as well, take us back in the days, Carl Meeks. I mean, you raised up in a time in Jamaica when song clash, song system is like literally the thing of the day. Every young artist want to hold that microphone to go on DJ. Take us back in those days. What it used to be like back in the 70s and the 80s.
Yes, man. Back in them time, it was nice. At first, my name used to go up on flyers and I can't touch the mic. Name the on flyers, name the on can't touch the mic. But after a while, I am still persistent and I pressure the thing. I really get my break from the radio personalities them, because they used to keep a lot of shows like Baba Brown and Henry Stennett and Winston Williams, and they used to keep a lot of shows and they used to involve me in those shows. So, as back in the days, radio personality choosing you for them show and them keep them show. That was a big lift for me.
Oh, wow. And the reason why I'm asking you this question, we're talking about appreciating the culture of dancehall, and we're talking about appreciating, the reggae music, because from time after time, a lot of artists say, many times it's like they will see the studio, but they just can't enter. Have you ever experienced that?
Fortunately not, because I used to have a job where I was working at D&G, that place, I think, Guinness, Heineken, Red Stripe. Yeah, I get that job at a young age when I just came out of school. So
That's
That's
right.
why I feel like I have to stop work. But that job helped me to maintain certain principles when I have to stand up and, beg ground and, you know, being at the way where you have to stand up out at gate and all and things like so. When my music start establish and my name start make a buzz, they used to most come look for me because me never in other segment that when I stand up out at door and have to go at this and go at that. I most of that penetrate for work and I deal with the music and the music I get a buzz so they come look for me. Come on my workplace, come look for me. Come on my house, come look for me. So yeah. Oh, so I mean,
That's beautiful, man. Yeah, definitely, that's beautiful. All right, great. So, who are some of the artists actually inspire you to become a musician?
Dennis Brown, Bob Marley, Gregory Isaac, Carlton Livingston. Used to listen enough Carlton Livingston. Bonafide. I'm a bonafide right here now. I'll sing over one of them tunes. So every now and then when him get him right, he laugh and say, Meeks, just get something off for you. I'm a bonafide. So, yeah, back in the days. But Dennis Brown was mostly inspiring. That's who I'm maculate my style of.
Yeah, when listening to your music, to be honest with you, sometimes you sound like Dennis Brown and a little tenor saw. Is it a situation you were caught between the two?
Yes. And tenor saw get credit for most of my work, even till now. When I travel and the show, that's when they really know say and even on the YouTube you have comments where people like the fighting, like the cursing each other. Say you don't know artists. It's about tenor saw that called me. And it's like they're going back and forth. So
some people felt like you're trying to walk in tenor saw footstep or something like that.
Yeah, and it's my song, And he used to sing it. He used to sing it when he was in America here and do shows. Used to sing my song. So that helps to make the people more think easy. But
so tenor says tenor saw is a guy. I mean, you guys spend like a lot of time. You guys used to pair and stuff like that together.
No, not really. But John man, from the bottom of my heart, man, love tenor saw. Love him work, so I love when do. Yeah, that I'm in the shadow of people. I think not I'm tune them. I tenor saw. I love him same way. That not have nothing to do with the love of me have him and the music and the work for him. You understand?
Right, definitely. All right. So tell us, where some of the places in Jamaica, have you performed?
Well, I performed one of the biggest shows back in the days. I spent time in England. As it's in my bio and my interview on the internet. It could tell I stopped singing for 20 years. And I was being a bad boy. When I say bad boy, like a Robin Hood thing, I used to take care of my brethren them, make sure them come out foreign and better off them life. I stopped singing for 20 years and concentrate on that. So during them time there, Reggae Sound Splash was opening for me and I never come down. So if it get that space, that first time in Civic went and Sound Splash, that was my spot is that. The Redman said, no, you must still have spot, so Civic get a spot. And then I came back from England and did Knock Salute. That was the biggest thing. That's where Sting come from. That was the biggest show in Jamaica back in the days. Knock Salute. And when I come down and touch it, it was murder, man. People are glad to see me and glad to hear the tune, man. A big impact the next morning. By the radio, the news and the click and everything,
Beautiful. Carl Meeks, back in the days compared to today that we're living in a technological era whereby everything is just a click of a finger, click of a mouse or whatever it is. Compared to back in the days, if somebody want to hear a song, they listen on the radio and, I'm sure you remember that, you got a little cassette that you want to record and you just hope that this jack don't speak at that time. All right. How relevant for you as an artist back in those days compared to 2023 you would say with the emergence of the internet and versus radio, how impactful would you say growing up many years ago, pushing your music many years ago when you're now busting the scene, radio had an impact on your career?
Yes. Back in the days, back in the days, it was even better to get a boss because when you
Mm.
start play off merit, that's one of the biggest things. When you know, have to plug a man and send in and practice and plug this or plug that. Get it in. When you respect the thing and you think start play off merit, that was big. And it went worldwide. Went worldwide. England, Japan, Germany, everywhere when you tune back in the days on the radio. Nowadays, like the digital platform and company that, it balanced out, but back then it was a bigger impact. But
Because it's a situation more people used to glue to the radio to hear, I mean, the favorite DJ or to hear the favorite song is a situation like that compared to today where you got it's just so much right now. You're impacted with so much, you got so many choices and stuff them days. So you would say back then it was a more of a bull rush. If people want to hear the favorite artist, they're gonna go definitely and buy that LP or buy that CD.
exactly. So back in the days now, like when, as we say, the music starts with half a merit, you could have able now to go at the record, chat them, and, you know, stand up there. And once you come in at the place, and you them know you're there, the record will start sell. And I get the opportunity when I was 19 to travel to England to make deal with Greenstreet. So my producer, the photographer, this is some of the vinyls them have the camera on it. That's he who started me out first. He was a photographer, that's why the camera is on the record. And every picture he takes and make a money, he gone to studio. Paying Steely and Clevey, going to Channel One, the best studio and stuff, but he never want to travel. So when I did the Jack Mandora album, he said, "Me, you go have to travel. So I'm not going to travel." And I went and did that deal with the Jack Mandora album with Green Steve back in the days. And at the same time, Redman was coming with my album too, him with them for the same time. So I broke up with Redman Green Steve. And then when I was coming off, I hear somebody behind me saying, "Tilile bo bombe dum dang. Tilile bo bombe dum bombe dum." Who is that? I don't know, wonder who is that. Guess who it was? James the Radical.
Wow. Big DJ, big up David Radical. Yeah, man.
And that's what we back in the I said, wow. So when he was saying that, and I find out it was Radical, I said, man, the Boston won. So back in the day, you know?
Yeah, man, definitely that's beautiful. All right. So let's turn our attention as well to, I mean, we talk about, the music of today and the music back then. The popularity of the music. I want to say the popularity of the music. I mean, it just so much, as I already said, earlier on, people have to choose some right now. Do you think it's a pressure on artists basically to compete to stay relevant in this market today?
100%. You know why I said that? You see these artists,
Yes.
songs are weak. Back in the days, you sing 2 songs, and it lasts for 3 years. 3 years, 4 years, 2 songs. That's all you have to do. Now, better go in the studio and buy all and release all 17 songs in a 2 weeks. It's a bad people. But I don't follow that trend, so I still stay with my own school style. You understand? I can, able to, really,
How important consistency is in this business?
very important. Very important. Because even if you don't release a song, I don't just post a picture, make people to say, Just post a picture or post something. That's how consistent you have to be. If you out of the people's eyes for 2, 3 weeks, in problem.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, where would you say, I mean, persons really embrace your music? Is it your own native Jamaica, or will you say abroad a lot of people more appreciate Carl Meeks?
Yes, abroad. But me love me yard the people coming on the time and touch and do something now me get the support. But the strong support, the people have more respect for it abroad. Like even certain places where you can't play, you can't go with no laptop. You better have the vine. So that show you how serious them people is.
Interested. That's quite interested. You know,
Yeah.
back in the days when you go to dance hall and stuff like that, all right? What is dance hall music? I mean, when you go to dance hall, you go to jam, I mean, rubber dub, you dance, and, you know, a woman to a man to a woman. I mean, we don't want to bash any dancehall artists or that, or anything of such, but certainly we can't turn a blind eye, so we can't turn a deaf ears towards the current trend. You know what I mean? Everybody have to eat, everybody have to do whatever they have to do. And I mean, as time change, the more advanced time is, you know, the trend of the music literally is going to change. You can't compare it to the music back then compared to the music now of today.
Exactly.
But when you look at dancehall music right now, it's all about it's like if a gun don't bust, if a shot don't bust off inside of a party, the party is now good. Take us back to the 1980s, 70s, and the early 1990s. In your time, when dancehall actually was like real raining.
Yes, man. Them back in the days, man, dancehall a real thing. You rubber dub on a girl and then you hold the mic and you sing 2 songs and the gunshot a bust, but it's a bust in a different concept. Nowadays, the gunshot a bust a hot ball upon the flesh, you understand? But back in the days when the gunshot a bust, a sing, you sing, and once the gunshot bust, your song gone. So, you know, and, you know, you rub a dub on a girl and, you know, you feel nice and man have vibes and you don't have no fuss and fight and them thing there. But nowadays, you know, it crowded with the violence. And even if you travel enough little place a year, some people tell us, boy, this place a lockdown, other place a lockdown, not now go on no more, because a peer shot a fire and peer thing are go on. You know, and it hurt. It hurt for no, you know.
How do you feel looking back over the years, experiencing some of the greatness of this business compared to today, when you see it almost getting into a pitfall? How do you feel about that?
Well, you can feel a way about it, but at the same time, you don't want to feel a way about it. You want more concentrate on what you do and try to make it better, because no matter what you do, it's a one-way mentality where cause a destruction. It's like nobody, the person who created don't want to heal it. They want to make it worse. So what we have to do as veterans and stuff is for us maintain stability and keep doing the authentic reggae music, because, you know, at the same time, there's people out there. I mean, I tell you, when I go Barbados and I go Germany, I go Japan, I go France, there's people out there who support your thing. You know, if you have no fear, if you say you have to follow this, you're trying to follow, just as a veteran, stick to your thing, because there's people out there where I go support your thing.
How important is creative writing in dancehall and reggae music?
Very important. Very important. You don't want to keep on telling another man's story. You have to keep creating and telling story, educating. Because back in the days, when I was getting my buzz, what they call it, or getting my popularity, I was one of the few singers that was writing. It was pure singer over them time there. You remember them days there? There's very few artists are right. You know, so, you know, and the creativeness about it, where I glad I was sticking to that. Because I have people come up to me and tell me, say, boy, I can't mix. You saved me, you know. You saved my life. I was thinking for those things. And I listened to tune, especially a tune named Big and Broad. And the guy come to tell, you know, I listen to the tune. Don't worry yourself, you're big and broad. From a heart a beating on your chest. No matter the rest, you're extra large. From a heart a beating on your chest. Many of us rate others over ourselves. Just because they have certain possession and you're still a poor man. Just be nice, mente. And he said that tune inspire him, make him have to think him life different and not follow what going out the road. You know, so creativeness is a true divinity from the Father. God gave the talent and Him give it for go out there and educate and entertain. You have to look on it from that perspective.
So when Carl Meeks write music, do Carl Meeks write music personally of what's going on in your life at that moment, or do you write music for all people?
I mix it up. I deal with current affairs. I deal with personal stuff. So I mix up everything because there's many different people out there going through many different things. So, you know, when you mix it up, you can able to reach a wider audience versus just, you know, sticking to, oh boy, am I problem and am I this, so I put it out. But current affair and, you know, you kind of put the current affair out there and then you sing the solution towards the current affair. And, you know, it helps.
Interested. We talk about creative writing with lyrics and stuff like that. But, you know, for over the years, and where you at right now in your life, well, I've never heard any sort of like really slack music and stuff like that from you. But how important it is to you, you will say, if you class yourself in that position, how important it is to you currently right now in your career compared to 30 years ago. As an artist, you may sing certain lyrical content. And, you know, we all know music is very influential and is very powerful. Looking over the years, you will say, I mean, compared as a mature adult, a mature artist, as a family man, and more responsible right now, what will you say? I mean, the effect that music have done to young people back then, certain lyrical content.
Yeah, certain lyrical content back then, they used to deal with a little slackness and thing, but it used to fabricate, you know, it's like you want a jerk chicken, but you want it mild, not spicy. So it's like you kind of break it down. Because even recently, I did a tune, and me break it down. I don't go too as spicy. I mild it, you know. Every time she see me, she a beggy, want the catnip for the kitty. So, you know, you don't like, you understand? Go raw, you just kind of break it.
I got you. So if somebody really want to know what you're saying, they got to think really deep.
It's not brawling, you know?
Right. So when your kids listen to your music today, I mean, what they say to you?
Yeah, they love it because the stories we have to tell, and you know they see what's going on, and they kind of put one and one together and say, "Boy, Daddy, you're trying to stop this guy from doing that, or you're trying to let this guy know about the righteousness," and you know, and it's my duty to do that because you know what the right and don't do it shall be beaten with many stripes. You understand? So I have to exercise that and don't hold it back. Not because if I say it and I'm not going to make $1, I'm still going to say it. Versus I know what I can say to make $1. I have to stick to the truth.
Very true. Let's talk about a little bit unity, Carl Meeks. I mean, in our lyrical content, it's all about bad mind this, bad mind that, enemy this and enemy that. Why is it a situation in every line we always have to talk about bad mind people and bad mind this and bad mind that?
It's the environment where they grow up in. It's the environment where they grew up in, and they express it in the music. And because it is a popular thing, it's easy to respond to. Because everybody's like a crab in a barrel. As soon as one coming up, the next one dry down. Nobody no wants nobody come up. So it's easy to be drawn to, and it's like a true word. Instead of me tell you me play the music, make you hear. So they use it as a lecturer, you know. So
it becomes such a norm right now. This whole bad mind vibes.
It's how they grow up. It's
Wow.
the environment where they grow up in, and you know, see the parents express it and show it, and them grow up and add to it. Knowing say boy, oh, when him there, him no want to see me do this, him no want to see me do. And sometimes, most of the time, I wonder if now watch your thing, you know. But it's mean you have that mentality.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Well,
So let's turn back our attention right back to the music as well. So, you know,
some serious. You go deep, you know, Rocco. You go deep.
Many years ago, compared to today, we talk about the digital and we talk about the live band. What are the two difference with the digital beats and the rhythms that we have today compared back in those days when you're actually going to make a record? You're actually making a record with a live band.
Yeah, it's a big difference now. And the thing what's most make it more digital now, it's more economical for everybody. It's more economical. A man can just quick and take up him thing and do a thing, but when you have to gather a band, is expense. You know? And the good thing about it is that you will do your tune in digital, but when you perform, you have live band. So that's a plus. That's a big plus too.
But Carl, how one who never actually performed with a live band, people like yourself who performed with live band many years ago, and so many other greats, compared to today with some of our young artists and stuff like that, who basically go the digital way. Because let's be clear as well, all right? Many years ago, we talk about the whole studio thing. Studio time could be very expensive, number one.
Yes.
Number two, I mean, you want to cut a record and stuff like that. Some guys even sleeping on the floor in the studio. And when it's their time to voice a record, I mean, it's like, man, it's like God come down. You know what I'm saying? Compared to today, I mean, a guy can just get a little setup and sit in his closet, sit in his bedroom or his bathroom or wherever it is and cut a record. So that impact, never experienced a live band, compare everything is just so computerized. Is it kind of like basically degrade some of the quality of some of these talented artists?
I would say that, and they can't deal with the live band because all of that voice modification and thing, it have to be digital. If they go out live, it's problem. Big problem. So they have to stick to that. Because back in the days, even when me first go on a jammers, I straight to the dub plate, me I sing. The dub are cut and you sing right away. And if you make mistake, it gonna cost you the money. They're taking it out of your money.
So listen, so technically what you're saying to us, any room for error should be very slim.
Very slim, man. So you adapt that kind of principle from them time so that make it even more effective in them time. You have to know, say, back in the days, you could have sing straight on a dub plate while it a cut. Nowadays, a man make mistake all 50, 60 times and they cut and paste and do all kind of thing.
Wow. All right, we're gonna get back to the music. We know you currently reside in the United States at the moment. Tell the listeners, what was that transition like coming from Jamaica to the US?
Yeah, transition, I mean, I miss Yard and I miss the vibes and everything with Yard, but that transition, it really get an importance because it's family oriented too, you know? It's a family thing too.
So that kind of put a more responsive thing upon it, say family, and you have to deal with your family and kids, and so it make you more stable versus when you're there yard, you're up and down and you do this and you do that and you're carefree. Up here, so it's different. You have market and all them things that you deal with, and so you have to be on your P's and Q. You understand?
Right. But when you first moved to the United States as a reggae artist or dancehall artist, did it kind of like slow you down in the beginning or something? Do you have the
Yes.
market basically for your content?
Yes, it does. It does. It does slow you down in the US. But at the same time, internationally, it slowed down a little internationally too, because it's the most international, like Japan, they listen music from Jamaica. They go buy vinyl from Jamaica. They do this from Jamaica. So you have to, that's why social media and everything come in handy at the time, you know, so you can still communicate internationally. That's the big plus for social media. Because you with the yard, you don't have to deal with social media. The radio station and push your thing, this and everybody come at Jamaica and want this and want that kind of deal. But now the social media make a big impact. It put the thing to a nice level where you can generate your things internationally.
Right,
But it's
right, definitely.
transition.
So what you say in America, let's talk about sustainability in terms of being relevant as a reggae dancehall artist, or in the United States. Basically, a dancehall artist just get a buzz, a one-time shot thing, compared to Europe. If you got to differentiate the two markets, the US market or the European market, where do you see reggae music, dancehall music is more sustainable?
Europe and Japan.
So the reggae music is more big in Europe and Japan compared to the United States.
Yes, big time.
So how do you see it in the United States? More like a buzz kind of thing, like a one-shot kind of thing?
Buzz shot kind of thing, and you have to, as I say, keep releasing 6, 8, 9 songs a month and them things to keep up with the pace.
Quite interested. But let's turn back a little bit here, Carl. In some genre of music, like the R&B, not calling any artist name, but in the R&B, you see some guys will actually release an album like every 2-3 years. Why in the reggae and dancehall business is like every week or every month or so, there's a new song after release to remain relevant?
Because the artists them in America, they signed to a contract. Most of them have a contract. And that contract, whichever company they sign to, can able to maintain that artist, put him on tour, have his music lasting for a whole year. Versus these little man around the place and them just fly, they have to fly the tune. And so that's a big difference. These artists in America, they're mostly under contract. They have the promotion and the tours and everything set up. They get they're in little movies and all kind of different commercial, all kind of things. So, you know, that 1 or 2 song can you for last for all the whole year.
But Carl, do you think it's a situation most of our people just lack of understanding the way all this business really work?
You hit the right note. You hit the right note. Yeah, that lack of knowledge and understanding towards the music, it deteriorates the business.
Quite interested, because you find a situation whereby a lot of artists sometimes complain, is like, yo, they feel ripped off in the business.
True. Because remember back in the days, I'm not calling no artist name, but back in the days, this artist, a couple of artists sang and play upon the radio. Big, and them are traveling and them this. And at the same time, them don't financially stable. And you know, me used to look upon that and it's now me get to understand why. Because
Yeah, definitely. That's so true.
yeah, artists lose him life and thing and they have to do trust fund and all that. You know, it hurts
Right.
something. It hurts.
Right, right. That is so true. I mean, because one of the things, from what I realized, a lot of artists sometimes they want to get into this business, but they feel like they can just juggle this whole thing on their own. Some of them have some managers that don't even really understand the business. From what I've seen over the years, it's like any little small man on the street is like, "Yo, all right, more you to manage me." You know what I'm saying? And these managers don't have a clue the ins and outs
No
of this business.
education towards it. No education towards it. It's like the artist jump out of fire.
Wow, quite unfortunate, isn't it? All right, you know what? Let's get into a song right now from you. Let's get into a song right now. All right, people, this is the man called Meeks.
All or never. Here's your chance. Rubber dub playing night and day. Yeah. And the people love when them play in the area. Yeah. Kawasaki and Ninja riding in. You know, rude boy, them come for nice of the scene. Yeah. Follow me. All or never. Come
Yeah, people, this is the legendary Carl Meeks out of Kingston, Jamaica. I tell the people, listen to the authenticity of old school dancehall music.
Picking up like a dead stock car. No give me that. Cause when police are coming, I forget flat. Me know we not it, no. Me know we not it, no. Me know we not it, no. So no bother with it, no. You took some drugs, get out of control. Lost their mind and them lost them soul.
I tell the people, Carl Meeks, I tell your people, still relevant in the business.
So me know we not it, no. Me know we not it, no. Me know we not it, no. So no bother with it, no. Jack Mandora, me no choose none. The error in the crack, now the opium. Jack Mandora, me no use none. The error in the crack, now the
Authenticity of great dancehall music, I tell your people. International Jamaican dancehall reggae icon, Carl Meeks. King Rocco AG and the vibes of the Friday Night Vibes.
So no bother with it, you know.
God, brethren, bless him. Blessings to you, people.
Stack. No give me that. Cause when police are coming, I forget flat. Me know we not it, no. So no bother with it, no. Me know we not it, no. So no bother with it, no. Youth get hooks and drugs get out of control. Lost their mind and them lost them soul. Half of the story I've never been told. And the first part is still unfold. So we know we not it, no. So no bother with it, you know. We know we not to know. So no bother with it, you know. So no.
Yeah, this is Kevin Isaacs, and you're listening to King Rocco, HD on UBC Radio. Don't touch the dial.
It's over the vibes of the Friday Night Vibes, King Rocco AG alongside international reggae dancehall icon Carl Meeks.
Yeah, this is Kevin Isaacs, and you're listening to King Rocco HD on UVC Radio. Don't touch the dial.
This is Major Mackwell live and direct from Kingston, Jamaica, and I am listening to UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together with King Rocco.
King Rocco are the baddest DJ on the planet, and you're tuning to the Friday Night Vibes. You see? Yo, King Rocco, pull up that tune there.
nobody. Can't play it one time. Pull it up to bump. Yo, King Rocco HD. Courage from West Palm Beach. Pull it up.
Now we got our West Palm Beach family right now. Back to the song production of the West Palm Beach, Florida. Also, a big shout out to the Yellow Leo label production of Kingston, Jamaica. International reggae dancehall icon Carl Meeks to tell your people.
Yes, tonight, rubber dub night. Dancing in Brixton away, put it on. Dancing in Washington away, put it on. Dancing in Canada away, put it on. Dancing in Brooklyn away, put it on. All a pull up selector, no come on entertainers. All a pull up selector, come on entertainers.
I tell people listen to authentic dancehall music.
When we got rubber dub night.
The foundation of dancehall music.
Rubber dub night. Hey, hey, hey. Take your time, yes, make a waist, just move your body to the drum and the bass. Take your time, yes, make a waist, just move your body to the drum and the bass. All a pull up selector, no come down entertainers. All a pull up selector, no come down entertainers. Shilele bobom bedunde, bilele.
So make sure to talk about this down in Trinidad and Tobago, Kingston, Jamaica, St. Lucia, Antigua, Barbuda, Panama City, 18, New York City, North Carolina, West Palm Beach, Florida, Miami, New York City, because my New York peeps, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Browns. Now, can I forget my place, Midtown? Houston, Texas, Michigan.
Fight, rubber dub night. I'll never come a dance.
International dancer, reggae icon, Carl Meeks.
Here's your chance.
Well, I say good morning to all my listeners down in Accra, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Victoria, Durban, East London.
And the people love when they play.
All of you UK peeps them.
Yeah. Kawasaki and Ninja riding in. You know, rude boy, them come for nice of the scene, yeah. Follow me.
People check him out, people. This is the man Carl Meeks.
Come a dance, I'll never. Here's your chance, music playing, DJ chanting.
You can be rocking to this shit, you know what I'm saying? But you can rock to some authentic dancehall music.
Call the place to be happy is here.
It's over the vibes to the Friday Night Vibes. King Rocco AG up in the building alongside international dancehall reggae icon Carl Meeks. Stay tuned, we got the next interview coming up shortly, all right?
I'll never, come a dance, I'll never, here's your chance, I'll never, come a dance, I'll never, here's your chance, whoa, yeah, Lord of mercy, why, Lord of mercy, why? I'll never come a dance.
The legendary Carl Meeks.
People call Meeks.
Pull up selectors, come on entertainers. I'll pull up selectors, come on entertainers. I'll pull up selectors, come on entertainers. I'll pull up selectors.
So people got the next interview lineup shortly.
Cause tonight,
international dancehall reggae icon Carl Meeks.
yes tonight.
Check him out on YouTube. Check him out, people. Carl Meeks.
Dancing a New York, we put it on. Dancing a London, we put it on. Dancing a Jamdong, we put it on. Dancing a Europe, we put it on. Pull up.
You know, it's the old school music never die, right?
Pull up select.
You know what they talk about old wine, right, people? The older you get is the better you get, isn't it? Hey, hey, hey.
You despise all you are going for your Sunday. The body and baby, them no know for fresh and me. You don't want that fire.
This is Major Mackerel live and direct from Kingston, Jamaica. And I am listening to UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together with King Rocco,
Look at my people calling Meeks.
You don't want that.
YouTube, these are music, Apple Music. I tell you people, you can look him up, people.
You don't want that fire. Take a look at the world today. So many are falling, many lost their way. Pray to that to get your life on track. He's forgiving, he'll take you back. The time is now, nobody knows. When you return, when the trumpet will blow. You don't want that brimstone and fire. This is what.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I tell you, Carl, man, what motivates you to keep dropping these hits and hits over the years?
My people, man, my fans, can't let them down. If they be with me from way back then, so me have to keep the energy going and still have young ones developing same way, because the younger one is the future. So once you can preserve the young one, you know the future is safe, same way with the music. You understand?
Straight, definitely. Man, definitely, Carl. Before we wrap up this interview and stuff like that, what is in the pipeline for Carl Meeks within the next few months to the next year or so?
Well, I just finished an album. Name is Majesty Rule. And, you know, going on some tour, going to perform Virginia Beach tomorrow. Then I leave for Canada next month and Bahamas. So, you know, the message and then the message and the music is still in effect, you know. And looking forward, as I say, to make sure we preserve the younger generation. That's one of the most important things right now, because they are the future. And even when we travel Japan and them place there, it's surprising to see the young 18, 17-year-old kids them I come cut dub plate and I tell me which rhythm them want on this song and that. So that's impressive, yes?
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, man.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, Carl, I mean, is anybody out there you would like to definitely big up?
Yeah, man, I want to big up the wife, you know, because I don't know she keep the thing going, keep the energy and motivation and support. And big up my fans, them worldwide, globally. I can't single out nobody. Big up all my fans, them globally. And I will keep on entertaining and educate at the same time. I want to big up Rocco. You understand?
Definitely.
And keep
so,
playing this, and keep the upliftment of this
young
music.
Artists that would like to get into this business, what would be your word of encouragement to them before we wrap up this interview?
Just be themselves. Try create your own thing and try be a trendsetter. Be a trendsetter, don't be a follower.
Just be a trend. Don't be a trendsetter. You will say follow your own dreams.
Be a follower, be a trendsetter.
It's very important. Very important. Very important. Man, Carl, definitely, I'm telling you, in the interest of time, I want to definitely thank you. I want to thank you definitely, I mean, to being a part of the Friday Night Vibes tonight and being a part of the interview. I mean,
it was a pleasure, King.
That long you've been in this business and you still pushing it, you're still doing your thing today.
Give thanks for that. Give your thanks for the health and strength and the knowledge and the wisdom. You understand? And I will keep working.
You know what they say? Not even the sky is the limit.
I want to big up UVC Radio, you know, keep the thing going, you know, because trust me, you think global and you play a big contribution to this thing. So you don't know. More health and strength to your Rocco.
True. Yeah, man, definitely appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta keep building the vibes and keep pushing and doing what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I give thanks and encouragement, man. I don't know.
Yeah, man, definitely, Carl. It's definitely been a pleasure, and in the near future, we're gonna definitely keep to see what's going on in your end, and we're gonna definitely get you back up in here sometime soon.
All right, sir. Looking forward. Keep it
blessing
blazing, Rocco.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, yeah, well. Yeah! All right.